Thank you for watching the presentation today. We are going to be going over housing renewals for our Boca Raton students who live on campus for the spring 2025 semester. Housing renewals will be January 27th to February 3rd for the upcoming academic year, fall 2025, spring 2026. All processes are online through the housing portal. And we also have a web page set up under the review steps link for you to go and review all of the steps and read about the FAQs and look at the buildings available for room preferences. In order to participate in this process, our students must be current on-campus spring Boca Raton residents. The $100 housing application processing fee is waived during the housing renewal process. Students can make roommate groups up to 4 students. Roommate groups can consist of 2 students, 3 students, or 4 students. Students must complete their housing application before they go back to match with roommates. And roommate matching is not required, and roommate matching is not a requirement of this process. I've listed the buildings available that students may preference when they do their housing application. We have 2 room types in University Village apartments. We have Innovation Village North apartments and Innovation Village South apartments. I've listed the room types. It's important to note that a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment is only available in Innovation Village North apartments. And Parliament Hall has 2 room types listed here as well. The housing application and roommate matching is available through the housing portal and requires the student's net ID and password to log into the housing portal. The application and all roommate matching must be completed by February 3rd at 5 p.m. Residents will have access to complete a housing application based on their spring residence hall. The application date is not a factor for a housing assignment. This is extremely important. The date that the student does their housing application is not a factor on where they are assigned housing or if they receive a housing assignment. We have a table listed here on how students can do their housing application based on their spring residence hall. It opens starting at 9 a.m. on January 27th for our students who live in APT, UVA, and BPW. It will open on January 28th, starting at 9 a.m. for our students who live in HPT and Ivan. It will open on January 29th, starting at 9 a.m. for our students who live in GPT and IVAS. It will open at January 30th at 9 a.m. for our students who live in IRT and Parliament Hall. After January 30th, all students can access the housing application to participate in the process if they live on campus, and they can do roommate matching if they have completed their application. Students do not need to log in immediately at 9 a.m. on the date the application is available to them. It will remain open once it opens for them. For example, if a student at Atlantic Park Towers does not log in at 9 a.m. on January 27th, it's okay. They can log in at 4 p.m. on January 27th. It will remain open for them, starting at 9 a.m. on their date all the way till February 3rd at 5 p.m. Again, the application date that they do their housing application is not a factor on whether or not they receive a housing assignment or where they are assigned. Housing assignments are going to be based on the resident's priority group and tuition deposit date to the university. We have a table listed with the priority groups here, and it's based on when students started at the university. Our first priority group is an extremely large priority group. Those students have priority for a housing assignment, and those students are students who live on campus during the spring and started during the summer and fall of 2024 or the spring of 2025 as a first-year student. Again, this is a very large group of students. The second priority group is our students who live on campus during the spring who started in 2023 or spring of 2024, and transfer residential students who started in 2025 or spring of 2020, who started doing 2024 or spring of 2025. Our third priority group is our spring residential students who started in 2022. Our fourth priority group is our residents who started in 2021. And our fifth priority group is our graduate students and second bachelor degree seeking students. We anticipate all students who are in the fourth and fifth priority groups will be waitlisted. And again, the first priority group is a very, very large group of students. And some of those students, as well as the second and third students in those priority groups, should anticipate that there will be some wait lists for those students as well. For roommate groups, the year of entry and the tuition deposit date will also be a consideration. We always do our best to keep our roommate groups together, but we will be prioritizing students by their priority groups. Priority group 1 and then priority group 2. It's possible that students in your priority group will not be assigned with you if they are in priority groups 3 or 4 or even 5. Please consider that when you're doing your roommate groups. To access the housing application, students log into the housing portal. On the right-hand side of the portal, there will be a link to the academic year 2025-2026 application. The students will agree to the terms and conditions of the housing application. This is a DocuSign document that will populate within the housing application. Students will create their signature and then finish the DocuSign document and go on to the next steps in the housing application. For any students who are under 18 years of age, it will require a parent or guardian's consent. Those students under 18 years of age should plan in advance. They will need the first name, the last name, the email address for their parent or guardian, and they will create a PIN. They should notify their parent or guardian to anticipate receiving an email with a link to agree to the housing terms and conditions. That must be completed before a student under 18 years of age can complete the housing contract. Students review their personal details and they update their cell phone number if there needs to be any updates to the cell phone number. They make any changes to their emergency contact if any changes are required. We have a general questions page in the housing application, and it does ask students whether or not they want to request inclusive housing. It's important that if you're going to request yes to inclusive housing and plan to roommate match, you can only find other roommates who have answered yes. If you answer no to inclusive housing, you will only find other roommates who have answered no to inclusive housing. Students can add 3 room type preferences. These are only preferences. We will do our best to accommodate your preferences, but please note that preferences are not guaranteed. We list the available room preferences on our room rates webpage, and these can also be found on the Housing Renewal website as well. Students will answer all of the lifestyle questions will answer all of the lifestyle questions on that page, and there is a checkbox on the lifestyle questions page. If a student plans to participate in roommate matching, they must check that box. Students select a meal plan if they added a room preference for Parliament Hall. Any student who is assigned to Parliament Hall is required to have a residential meal plan. Students will enter their Z number on the confirmation page as a last step to complete their housing application. Then they'll hit save and continue to submit their housing application. This is the final step to complete the housing application. Students should go in and check their FAU email for an email confirmation that their housing application has been completed. They should continue to check their FAU email through February 3rd for any roommate requests. If students plan to request a roommate, after they do their application, they can return to the roommate selection page and start roommate groups. I've outlined the steps here to help students assist with creating roommate groups and accepting roommates. They go to the roommate selection page of the housing application after the application's been completed. They must finalize all of their roommates by February 3rd at 5 p.m. The application will not be available for students to be able to accept or decline roommates after February 3rd at 5 p.m. They should pay attention to the general question, which is, do you request to live in inclusive housing? It's a yes or no question, and they need to make sure that they answer that question appropriately so they can find their roommates. It's a question that can go back and be revisited and changed as students need to in order to find their roommates. Students should plan in advance, if they know who their roommates will be, how they're going to answer the question for inclusive housing. On the lifestyle questions page, I highlighted here because this is a point where students overlook the checkbox to display their information in the roommate search results. If they want to participate in roommate matching, they should pay attention to that checkbox on the lifestyle questions page so they can participate in roommate matching. Again, go back, check your email frequently all the way up until February 3rd for roommate requests, for roommate cancellations, for roommate declines. It's important that you pay attention to your email during this process. If you receive a roommate request, go into the housing portal and go into the 2025-2026 housing application to accept your roommate. If you receive a roommate request and you do not want to accept it, please go into the housing application and decline the roommate request. Roommate requests will expire after 2 days or by February 3rd, whichever comes first. After housing assignments are sent out, if a roommate cancels their housing application, housing will place a random student into the suite with a roommate group. Students are not able to go back and request additional roommates after they have been assigned a roommate, and roommates have been canceled due to canceling their housing application. Some important dates to know after you do your housing application. Residents who renew will receive their housing assignments on February 20th. Students who receive a housing assignment have until February 28th to cancel their housing application without penalty if they do not want to accept their housing assignment. We have many residents who will renew their housing application, but they'll receive a waitlist number on February 20th. For students who are waitlisted, they will receive housing assignments as waitlists or as spaces become available. Waitlisted students are not guaranteed to receive a housing assignment, and our waitlist students should keep in mind these 3 options. They can keep their housing application active and receive monthly updates starting in May. They can cancel their application by February 28th with no penalty. Or they can cancel their housing application at any time prior to receiving a housing assignment with no penalty. However, once we assign a student who is waitlisted to a housing space and they cancel afterwards, they are responsible for the cancellation fee. This is extremely important for any student who is waitlisted. If you find other off-campus housing or alternative housing and you no longer want to have your housing application active, please make sure you cancel your housing application. Waitlist numbers are updated automatically on the housing application as we process our cancellations. So students who are waitlisted can check back at any time to see if there's been a change in their waitlist number. It is updated automatically as we process cancellations. If you need any help while you're going through this process, our housing staff is available to help you in person. Our housing office is located in building SH46. It's right next to Atlantic Park Towers. The main housing office is on the 2nd floor. There's an elevator or a staircase that you can take up to our office. We are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you do decide that you need some help and you want to come and visit us, please bring your own laptop, tablet, or device with you. Unfortunately, we don't have any extra laptops or tablets for students to use in our housing office, so please bring those with you. If you have any questions, you can also give us a call at the phone number listed here. Send us an email. Our office hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. That is the same time that we monitor our email also. So if you have any questions, your email will be responded to during business hours. You can review all of the steps I went through here on the webpage listed, and all of these processes are going to be available through the housing portal that we have listed as well. Reminder emails will continue to be sent out to students the day prior to them accessing the housing application. So I thank you for listening for the presentation. And again, Please refer to this website for any other additional questions and the FAQs. Thank you. Have a great day.